All right. Welcome to day 24 of my 40-day cleanse. And today we're talking about something that quietly runs your adult behavior, your adult relationships, and we're touching on the video we made yesterday about wound mapping. We're staying in that genre right now. But now I want to get a little more specific. So we're going to talk about the mother wound versus the father wounds because a lot of what we call preferences that we think are choice are actually survival patterns. Can you believe that? Has nobody ever told you that? Oh, great, because I'm here. I we're not even knee deep anymore. We're like we're nose deep. You can't run to food anymore, sweetheart. I'm a recovering binge eater. I'm a recovering food addict. I've accomplished a lot in my life, but woo, gluttony, that was the hardest. Getting out of the hood, getting a full ride scholarship, getting athletic scholarship, almost going pro, winning a national competition, achieving 3 degrees, achieving a marriage, achieving what is it, community, accolades? Yeah, okay. Telling me to drop the fork? I'm gonna have to look at you sideways. I'm gonna have to look at you real sideways. So during this journey of identity, and with every day comes a new layer that you're taking off, that you're willingly shedding to transmute. The energies you used in just overconsumption, now as we're starting to regenerate, as we're getting rid of all the old, as my intestines are being squeegeed, still having full movements. I haven't eaten in 24 days. Still got some weight coming out of me. Incredible. Isn't that incredible? Juices. I do about these, 7 of these. Uh, I'm gonna be real. The range is 5 to 8. You want to stay hydrated and you want to stay neutrally dense nutritionally because your body is doing a lot of work internally. Just think about it. There's things that are coming out of me that I know haven't seen the light of day in probably 2 decades. You can recognize it, you can smell it, and sometimes they smell different. Sometimes it doesn't always smell like, you know, and I was about to say something with the Ninja Turtles. I don't know those men. I don't know those people. Let me not use them. But you know when you smell something interesting, like, wow, that's interesting. That came from me. That color came from me. Yeah, yeah. So if your body's doing that with what's the debris that's been in your actual physical body, you don't think it's gonna start doing that emotionally? Honey, I have an opportunity to get triggered every single day. What a blessing. What a blessing to get triggered because you just accelerate the process. When things don't phase you as they used to, your body, my body, I've been having some high stress couple of days. My body doesn't even react the same. Anxiety is a friend I've known too long, and they won't move out of my couch. They won't move out. So we got to clean up everything and either make it uncomfortable for them to live there because we're just up leveling so much, make the environment uncomfortable so it can't even reside, it can't even sustain itself in that environment, or you just distance yourself and not have it be your focal point. You just observe it. Anxiety is chilling on your couch and it's, oh, I see you there. Okay. All right. Well, I'm off to work. Have a great day. They eventually become uncomfortable and it's no use for they set up shop because you needed them in a point in time. You asked these emotions to move in for you. You've asked these coping mechanisms to come because you needed help rearranging stuff or you needed help with another roommate or something like that, you know? I'm seeing these emotions just as roommates. And now you're getting ready to, let's say, call your husband in, call new friends in, and maybe they want to sleep over too, but this spot is occupied. So we need to clear up this spot so you can invite the things you actually want to use in the future, the coping mechanisms, the patterns you want to learn. Okay? Because we're getting things. Oh, girl, I'm just seeing them cheek. I forgot I got some cheekbones. Okay? They've been hiding under inflammation for years. Anywho, let's get back on topic. So I have my trusty little post over here. So if I'm looking off to the side, it's just to keep me, you know, keep me saddled in here because you're creating a channel. Your mind and body shared the same cells when you were forming. The mind body connection, or excuse me, the mind gut connection is real. It is real. You start looking at things different, and I don't want to freak anybody out, but there's supernatural things that start happening. Like now that you're not so focused on that one spot, that one saltine cracker, that one plate of spaghetti, your awareness starts to get a little, expanded. So I see things in the corner of my eye. I'm like, was that what? What? Uh, was it? And you just learn to go with the flow, you know? So, what a blessing to be on this journey. Hi, I'm Bree. My friends call me Brizzy, and I thought it was a wonderful idea to get closer to God, hear God, clear my nervous system, clear my brain fog, just open up my channel so I can be used in the highest way possible. So, I have no doubt of the direction I'm going in. I don't have to question my desires because I believe desires or things you get excited about are the things that God has sent you. And you're excited because it aligns with the next possible step that you have the opportunity to take. And I refuse to live the same year over and over and over again, just rusting my potential, just it's disintegrating, it's depleting, it's it's saddening. It's saddening knowing that you are supposed to be out in the world, but you have these certain compulsives because you just don't feel safe. So we're here to unlayer all of those possible things that you have been using food to numb with. And I hope you're here to hold my hand because I need my hand held too. And I'm here to hold your hand because this is a community. This is our legacy. So much information is out there to achieve, but I feel like it's so important to see people as they're going through this process in real time. I have been told by many people, you need to, be on the internet more, you need to be on social media more. I'm a hermit. I haven't figured everything out. I can't get online before I figure everything out. I'm still trying to figure this out. But people need a sign of hope. I keep on saying, I'm like, I probably won't even believe where I'm about to be headed, the mystical, magical opportunities that align because I was willing to show up for myself every day. And I was actually willing to stick to something um, as rigid and as unorthodox as this. So shout out to you and shout out to me. It's a pleasure being here. It's a pleasure. That's how I know this has been called onto me for the right reason. And it just took somebody like one of my business mentors and travel. She does business, she does travel. Like this girl, she has inspired me so much because I admire what she has. I'm like, wow. And it starts with just putting yourself out there. She gave me permission to be like, oh yeah, you can start anywhere. Oh yeah. I could start anywhere and still end up like that. What a gift. What a gift. And this has been on my heart to share in this way for the longest. Anyway, we're gonna get back to it. Excuse that commercial break. I'm just passionate that I'm able to have the resources to do this. I have a computer. I have a little microphone. I have a phone. What a blessing. What a blessing. I know everything's not, perfect right now, but the resources start coming when you're certain that you're not going to stop for any reason. So, what a blessing. Okay, let's get back. So, your wounds don't disappear, they just disguise themselves. So, a mother wound is typically what you learn about love, emotional safety, and like nurturance. A father wound is what you learn about protection, direction, and self-worth in the world. So mother wounds typically equal how loved you feel. Father wounds typically go with how safe you feel to become, how safe you feel to show up. So if you don't know your pattern, you will keep living this unconsciously. You'll date it, you'll work for it, you'll hire it, you'll become it, you'll fight it, you'll befriend it. And we're just at a time where I don't know about you, but I'm ready just to take radical responsibility for how I show up in the world. And it's so freaking sexy when a person takes radical responsibility of why they are who they are and how who they are can impact other people. Ah, 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 ah. If you don't know your pattern, let me remind you, you'll keep living it unconsciously. You'll think other people are the problem. You'll think that job was the problem. You'll think that best friend was the problem. You'll think that guy, he just didn't see you. He just didn't see you. No, he saw your wounds. They saw your wounds. They just didn't know how to interpret it. It's an energy, it's a frequency. So, mother wound, let's dive into that first. I keep on seeing 911. I keep on seeing 911. Spiritually, that typically means like spiritual involvement, spiritual ascension. So what a blessing. If you find out what that means, leave another comment for me, yeah? To all my, even if it's just my ancestors watching. Hey guys, thank you for getting me here this far. I know you didn't have the same resources that I had, and I'm grateful. I got my grandmother right here. She's right here, always looking over my shoulder. That's another thing with your fast. You get tapped into your emotions real quick. Woo! And it hits you, you know? I used to pride myself on I'm not a crier. I don't cry. I don't have time for crying. I can remember when I was 9 years old and I said I would never cry again. It does nothing for me. And I don't think I cried again until I was like 22 or 23, something like that. But yeah, that's for another story. Okay. The core thing for a mother wound and how it shows up is connection, comfort, and emotionally belonging. You know, your mother typically is the sign, the matriarch of come here, let me kiss your wounds, come here, let me comfort you, come here, let me make sure you're okay. The nurturing type. So how this shows up as a wound, the common beliefs that you start to subconsciously probably tell yourself is my emotions are too much. I have to be pleasing to be loved. I just have to fit in. Love is unstable. I have to earn nurturing. I have to be quiet. I have to be the good little kid. This is especially a lot with daughters of women of color, especially black moms, because they were typically doing it by themselves. Even though my mom looks white, she was raised in a black household and she has a black mother. She just came out really, 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 really light. And it's so funny that when my sister and I, they would always be like, "Are those your kids?" You know, like so we didn't even feel like we belonged to our mom. But people say I look just like my mom without the complexion. And it's so funny that this overgiving, this unconsciously overgiving in your adulthood, and then you can overgive and you feel unseen. You could overgive until depletion and still feel resentful because you don't feel like you received as much as you gave. You start over people pleasing, and when you start people pleasing, you're showing up or fawning. You show up how you perceived somebody's perception of you. N- could- Probably people didn't even ask you to show up like that. You are trying to anticipate people's needs. You are trying to not be a burden. You are not trying to be a hassle. and you end up putting on all these different masks that nobody told you to put on. And now you can't identify. I'm like, which mask are we wearing today? I don't even talk about anxiety. Like, okay, which one of these masks am I? Because when I look in the mirror, I see the mask. I know I'm me, but I see the mask. I see the mask. So is the mask me or is this me? That can cause a lot of confusion and that can cause a lot of resentment and anger. You get the fear of abandonment. You need constant reassurance. You need to be pet. Oh gosh. This one touches. I put this one in caps. You over attach quickly. Even if you keep people at a distance, I've had this in my relationships. The one that is willing to actually climb over the wall, even if there's thorns on it, and who knows what makes them so crazy to climb over the wall, you over attach quickly to those people. Mind you, I keep, especially men, I used to keep them at like a 5 foot. I'm a tomboy. I was a late bloomer, you know? I always, I always had guy friends, but it was more of a bro thing, you know? I always felt more comfortable with men than with women growing up. And that's a weird thing to say now because I'm like, gosh, what would I do without women? Goodness gracious, the right woman. But that's just what it is. But those few people that actually weren't intimidated by me, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, they saved me from me. Okay, let's lock this in. That's not what that means. How do you know they weren't running from something to climb over your wall for safety? Hmm? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Feeling guilty for having needs, so you learn not to express your needs. So people can't even show up how you want them to because you've never expressed how you love to be loved. Your standards, what you expect, when you feel uneasy, when you didn't like what they said, you just repress it. And then now you're in the drive-through because you feel just all this energetic energy from silencing yourself. You might as well choke yourself with a 6-piece. Chick-fil-A still open. You know they're reliable. Might as well get some nuggets, some waffle fries. And when we crave salty and crunchy, we're usually bitter. That's an energetic sign that you're bitter and you're resentful. And that creates a certain energy that it dims your light a little bit. That's how you get those lazy eyes. Shout out to my people with lazy eyes. If it wasn't genetic. Okay. Your adult survival strategy for this is if I stay lovable, if I stay cute, if I stay that their golden egg, if I just never show that I'm displeased or if I'm angry, I'll be safe. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. I tried that. I did that. I didn't complain. I stayed bubbly until I got bubbly in my stomach. And then I just started eroding from the inside out. That's when your hormones start getting out of whack. That's when your skin starts telling you you are literally trying to please the enemy. You are sleeping with the enemy who is siphoning off your energy. Oh, don't worry about me. I don't need to be replenished. I'll just keep giving. Heart disease is the number one killer in black families, black women. Heart disease is the number one killer in America, especially for black women. Because all the things we have to chew on and swallow and put up with in our home and outside of our home. It's a lot. We ain't got time for it anymore. So a quick example of this is some people, I hate to say it, some people don't miss like their mom. They miss how safe they wanted to feel. They miss what could have been. They miss the possibility of not being blamed for your mother's career choices or how she gained weight. My mother used to blame me for. I remember I was a teenager and she was like, "Yeah, you guys did this to my stomach." I'm like, "It's been 15 years. A crunch could do the opposite." Looking back on it, I'm like, excuse me? You blamed us for stuff out of our control? Yeah, and sometimes your parents don't like you, but they feel they have to love you. You are the burden that ruined their modeling career, that ruined their relationship, that ruined. Talk about putting pressure on a child who can't even rationalize why mommy's so upset. You just heard that it was because of you. Oh, those stretch marks are because of me? Okay, well, thank you for your service. Okay. You're gonna blame that? That's tough on a kid. That's tough. So my condolences to you if you've gone through something similar and it wasn't your fault. And thank your parents for being the portal that brought you through here because we need you in your highest form. So now going over to father wounds. This is how it showed up in safety, approval, authority, and directions. So if you have this father wound, the common beliefs are I'm on my own, hyper independence, toxic independence. I have to prove my value. I can't depend on anybody. If I fall, if I fail, I'm unworthy. So you're just running brute force. I made a video about brute force versus psychological strength and what the difference is. So definitely check that out because that highlights so much. Like I'm learning as the same time you're learning. And these are things I've read about for years. These are things I had like minor education in college, all this human psychology, human conditioning, Robert Greene, all of that stuff. Like I'm aware of this stuff, but it's hitting deeper as I'm cleaning out my system. I'm like, oh, I actually have the ears to hear it and the eyes to see it. So wonderful. How it shows up unconsciously in adulthood. Overworking in somewhere or something you have no place to be. You are addicted to productivity. You always have to be doing something. You always have to be learning something. You can't just sit with yourself. I have to be learning. Even in the shower, you listen to the podcast in the shower. Let that be your safe. Let that be your safe space. I'm saying this because I'm guilty of all this. Where do you think I'll get this from? How do you think I know this? Trying to impress people who don't fully show up. For the time my father was in my life, I was like, you know what? I'm going to be the son that my father always wanted. I'm going to go to the races with him while my sister and my mom would go shopping. And I'm going to show him that I'm down for him. And he will never leave if I'm down for him. Even if I'm choking on all this exhaust. I actually love the racetrack though. I like things that go fast. So that kind of works. But that was the only time. Never paid for a textbook, never paid for a college course, never paid. But oh my gosh, he would have my college stickers all over his car, whatever university I went to, the sport I played, all over his car. I'm like, wait a minute, this don't add up. Interesting. Interesting. Seeking validation through success, choosing emotionally unavailable partners, just being the easy, I'm the laid back girl, I'm the tomboy. I don't ask for much. It's all good. Nope, 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 nope. That's not how you want it. You want it to receive and replenish and nurture. You want to receive and amplify what you give out. Talk to women. Struggling with boundaries, which just diminish your self-trust. Your body can't even trust you to nurture it with what it's actually craving instead of that, play the Chinese food. Your body stops saying, well, she's not gonna listen anyway, so let's just let's just really have a tantrum. Fear of being too much or not enough. When you have this fear, it's like you're tap dancing and you're breathing through a coffee straw. It's suffocating. But you just keep on going until you can't anymore, until your body, your hormones shut it down. I put my body into perimenopause at 27. I'm 35 now. At 27, my body said, and we're done. We gave you all the clues, but you're so stubborn, you're so hard-headed, which I love in the right arena. It's gotten me a lot of success in the right arena. But who's hyping the hype girl? Who will you allow to hype you? Who will you allow to feed into you? Shouldn't it be your partner? Shouldn't it be your circle? No, because they don't know what you need. Because you always have the strong title, so of course nobody's gonna ask you how you are. You're performing, so you think you'll be protected because you've done everything right. Hate to bust your bubble. Hate to bust your bubble. Uh-uh. What the direction you need to head to is I can create safety inside myself. Oh, I can create safety, a safe home inside of myself, and still receive support. You just rejected it for so long. You rejected the compliments. You rejected the incorporate how people just want to show up for you because you're like, no, this is they're just probably doing it because they want something from me, or they're just trying to be nice so they can get on my good side, or what. Uh, how you're biologically set up, you're set up to receive. Shouldn't that tell you something? People want to replenish you. Allow them to. You're already giving by being present. You don't think the energy radiates off you? You don't think people get something from being around you? Whether that's good or bad, that's up to you. Whether it's recharging or depleting is up to you. You know what it feels to be around somebody who charges you and somebody depletes you. Be aware of it. Do people shy away when you start talking? Do you not get that second date? You're performing. You're probably performing, and people can energetically feel that. Nothing wrong. I'm just putting it out there. We're just putting our awareness out there. A father wound doesn't always look like sadness. Sometimes it looks like being overly independent. But in the Western society, that's praised. We're conditioned to think we have to work twice as hard. When all my mentors I follow, they're rooted in their values, rooted in the authenticity, and they're making the kind of money I'm like, dang, I could probably do that too. Let me take these layers off and really attach with people who authentically want to be here with me. Not beg people, not perform. Your your tribe will show up. I mean, it's day 24. I think I got like a tribe of 2 or 3. Cool, because 'cause I'm showing up authentically, so they're here for authentically for me, and I just appreciate that so much, and I love it. I love to see it. I wasn't expecting people to, like, even find me till, like, day 100. But I'm doing this every day regardless. This is kind of cathartic for me. It's a relief to express and reflect and to revisit these topics that I'm actively going through. And I just had a tinge of like orange chicken right now. Oh my gosh, all your childhood cravings are gonna come out when you're fasting. I remember there was a store in California called Circle K, and every time we went to go visit our family, like in San Bernardino, my mom would stop and give me a cup of French vanilla, the coffee machine. Oh my gosh, I loved it. So I can't even pretend to drink that. I forgot the last time I've ever gotten like a sweet coffee from a gas station because I couldn't even drink it anymore. I'm like, wow, that's what state I was in. Okay. The big difference, I'm going to reiterate, the big difference between a mother wound usually shows up in how you handle closeness, how you handle intimacy. A father wound usually shows up how you handle like your confidence and your direction and your certainty in your direction. One impacts how you receive love, the other impacts how you believe in yourself. Yeah, that's deep. Saying it like that, yeah, it clears things up a little bit. And I'm dating right now. I'm in Idaho. I mean, I'm giving it about 30%. My priority right now is my juice cleanse, which takes up 60%. Dating, maybe I would say probably even 20%. And then like the other 10% is career goals. I want to do career change. I want to really, really, really deeply get connected with my wellness community out here in Idaho. And I think also represent the melanated community, Like you're gonna get these nudges as you're fasting to just be bold and be like, why not? Let's try it. If you could do something as unorthodox as a 40-day fast, you could probably do some other crazy stuff. So, how they show up in a relationship. If you're dating from a mother wound, you chase reassurance, you fear distance, and you settle for breadcrumbs. You're like, just a piece of a man is good. Oh gosh, that made my stomach cramp. But I've been there where it just feels nice sometimes. You can get attention anywhere, let me remind you. You can get attention from anywhere, but it feels nice sometimes when it's focused attention, especially if you're a hermiter. Oh my gosh, and you're a Leo. Oh my gosh, somebody put the spotlight on you. Somebody climbed that fence, got into your yard, and was like, I, I, I want to fan your flames. And it was a facade. It's a facade. They're fanning your flames so you don't see the hyenas that they were running from or the demons they were running from to get over your fence. So good luck with that. You better have your Ghostbuster gun or whatever. If you're dating from a father wound, you chase approval that you're good enough. You attract potential instead of consistency. You overfunction to feel chosen. Why are you cooking for that person? You don't you why okay, okay, okay. Most people aren't in relationships, they're in reenactments of their paternal relationships and trying to finesse it so that you have a better result. You couldn't get with that with your parents, so I'm gonna get it with my partner. I'm gonna make you my personal project, and I'm gonna prove that I'm good enough for you to stay. I'm good enough for you to choose me. Oh gosh. How they show up in self-discipline is a huge one. A mother wound can make discipline feel like deprivation. Like you're showing up and no one is taking care of you, and you're putting out all this stuff and nobody said thank you. Nobody's asking you if you want some water. Nobody's bringing you snacks from the kitchen. Yeah. A father wound can make discipline feel like punishment. Like you're proving you're worthy. Why am I even doing this? I'm burnt out, going in the wrong direction, and I'm not getting even applause. Healing changes your habits because you stop using pain as fuel. You stop using it for brute force. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to die on this cross. No, your hormones are going to burn out first, and then your kidneys, and then your heart, and then your brain. You're going to have so much brain fog because you're just so over functioning in the wrong area that everything starts shutting. Your reproductive starts shutting down. Your digestion is all messed up. Girl, I've been there. I've been there. I've been there. So ask yourself, when you're struggling, do you want comfort or do you want direction? Comfort would be like the food, somebody to pet you. Direction would be like, I just need to, get clarity of where I'm going. So the mother wound, you're going to crave comfort. The father wound, you're going to create direction and stability. What did I need? What did I need most back then that I'm still chasing now? I want you to answer that too. I just needed, oh gosh, I've been journaling on this. I'm like, oh my God, I just needed to know that I was safe to express when something hurt me, when I felt like something was unfair. I just needed to be heard and acknowledged as a person with feelings, not as a second class, not as the reason why everything's messed up or why we don't have money or why we're always tired. I just didn't want to feel like a burden at a place I didn't ask to be. So that's a little mix of both. Your wounds are not your fault, but your healing is your responsibility. People need to see how it's done through you. So today really is not about blaming your parents. It's about reclaiming yourself. They did not have the tools. They were governing from their own wounds. They were governing from their own misunderstandings. If this touched you, comment mother or father, the one that shows up most in your life. And I'm interested to really get feedback of what people are really going through. Or is it a mix of both? Mine's a mix of both. Sometimes it is. Your backpack is gonna be a little heavier. It's gonna get lighter as you take these layers out, but you are capable of figuring this out. You are capable of understanding how and why you show up the way you do, and you're more than capable and qualified to show up in a different way should you choose. So, what a blessing to be here. I can't believe it's been 35 minutes. That's wild. Did I tip everything? I think so. I think so. Okay, dear. I love you dearly. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for showing up for the community. And I will see you tomorrow. Love you, girl.